Good morning, good morning, good morning,
Good morning.
and welcome to From the Ground Up Real Time Issues with Real Time Solutions for MWBEs and Small Businesses. Brought to you by Queen Strategy Partners, Nicole Valentine Esquire, Danielle Douglas, and myself, Dr. Stacey N.C. Grant. I can't believe we've spent a year and a half together. The start of COVID was very interesting, and we came with the answers for all of our business community, giving you the experts, the individuals with the answers for what we were seeing in very uncertain times. And we're excited about the time that you spent with us, that you've been sharing this broadcast with others. You tell us the value that you've received in making business decisions, in collaborations, working together. And that gives us great joy. I can't believe we're closing out 2021 in just a couple of days. And we just want to say thank you for sharing it with us and look forward to what 2022 has on the horizon. But my favorite part of the show, every single time we're together, the first and third Tuesday of the month, is introducing my beautiful, talented, dynamic co host, the one and the only Danielle Douglas. Over to you, Danielle.
And thank you, Miss Dr. Stacey and C. Grant. And I want to say and I always say this, we are on and popping today. We are excited about our guests. We have some old guests with us who, continues to show up because they have so much value to bring to the table. And we have some new guests. And we were speaking behind the scenes and we didn't even realize all the collaboration and relationships that are going on. And it's like, it just goes to show you that we are all connected.
That's
And
right.
so we are excited about the show today, as we always are. The purpose of the show is really in the spirit of the holiday season to really highlight business owners that are in the community and from the community who are doing great things, and to look at how they're bringing value to the community and how we can support them in what they're doing for the community. And so, with that said, I'm going to turn it back over to my lovely co host, Miss Dr. Stacey and C. Grant, so she could let you know a little bit about who we have here with us today. So, take it away, Miss Dr. Stacey and C. Grant.
Thank you so much, Danielle. Yes, an exciting show indeed. We always love our Doing Good in the Hood segment. This is our holiday edition, and we have some vendors that you can actually touch. We're going to start first with Earnest Foods. Now, if you have supermarkets in your area, if you go to a Whole Foods or you go to a Sea Town or you go, anywhere to gather and grab your fresh produce, you don't always know who owns the supermarket, right? You
Mhm.
might see some people, you might know some individuals, but you really don't know who is behind procuring all of the fresh food that you eat. And we're so proud to be able to share that Earnest Foods is in Jamaica, Queens, right on Merrick Boulevard. I mean, this is so exciting. We are so thrilled because this is for us, by us here. We've been talking about collaboration. So we're going to talk a little bit more about Ernest in a few and what that means for our community. We have another beautiful young lady, Takeem Davis, who does, is it Totally Sweet Tea?
Sweet tea creams.
CT Cream, honey, those creams have me going. They're vegan-based creams. So we're gonna learn a little bit from her. And of course, Danielle mentioned that we have an old guest, not in age, because she looks like she's 16, but someone
Mhm.
who has been with us on numerous occasions. And we're excited because she has some great news about a commercial kitchen that is opening up in our community. So this is the joy of the program, that we not only talk about what you need to do to position yourself for success, we can show the success stories. And these three individuals are a part of that success. So let's kick it off with you, Ernest, talking about why you decided, to start Earnest Foods and how did COVID, I mean, let's just talk about the elephant in the room. COVID-19 shifted a lot of dynamics for businesses, but you birthed this in the middle of COVID. So how did COVID impact and what are the variants we have? What Omicron, Delta, and God knows who else flying around in the world. So just tell us a little bit about Earnest Foods and how COVID impacted your business. And congratulations again, because we are so proud of you.
Well, thank you for allowing me to be here, and I'm very honored to be here, and able to use this platform to let the community know what we're doing. So, Earnest Foods, basically, I'm glad you mentioned the pandemic because that was one of the catalysts for us starting this. In the midst of the pandemic, my wife and I, we created the very first in New York State mobile testing initiative. So basically, we had a medical van, and we got other physicians and nurses and EMT workers, and we started testing in our community. And Queens was hit very hard initially, one of the hardest in the country, and we were basically the only ones out there testing. And so we do believe in the vaccines as well. However, we do know that the best way to protect yourself outside of the vaccines is to have a strong immune system. And so that's one reason why we started this. So we have healthy and natural and organic fruits and vegetables, grains and nuts, dry goods, you name it. We have it here in the store. And so we are all not only, promoting wearing our mask and getting the vaccine, but we're also promoting building our immune system the healthy way. And we want to bring the best high quality produce and other items that are not usually in our community. And that's what we're bringing to the community. On top of that, we also have various sections that are basically filled with products from local vendors. These are people in our neighborhood who create juices and soaps and candles and teas and fresh baked breads. So anytime in our store you come across a certain section that has a picture on it, whether it's in our dessert with our vegan ice pops and you see the picture of that owner, you'll see a local picture of a person that created that's in your community. And so that's a very powerful part of what we're doing, as well as a few other things that we're doing too. So I'm just excited to share that with you.
Awesome. Danielle, I know we're going to get to our other guests, but she loves everything fresh and
I
she's a
do.
stickler for healthy food. So you want to jump in with any additional comments before we get into introducing our next guest?
Yeah, because I was just, Miss Dr. Stacy Seagrave, as she says, she's my sister from another mother. She knows, and we are fellow Librans. But with that said, she knew I had a question for you because I'm so excited about this venture that you are doing on multiple levels. I do think that, this is so needed for our community. And, you guys, if you don't know, I'll let you know. I live literally right across the street from, a major supermarket that people come from all across the different boroughs to come to, and I don't shop there for multiple reasons. So to see what you're doing, it just like warms my heart. But you said something very important on a practical level that is really critically important is that in our community, there's health disparities. We have the highest incidence of high blood pressure and diabetes and food insecurities and even with COVID that we had a great degree of COVID, but it that came through in some of the core issues that we have, like diabetes and high blood pressure, the underlying conditions we have. And so, how are you with this great work that you're doing, educating the people in the community to learn more about their bodies and how they can start from the inside out in regards to building the immune system and even addressing some of these underlying conditions that are prevalent in our community?
Yeah, we have not only do we have these awesome, organic fruits and vegetables and other items. We're working with a registered dietitian that actually lives in our community. She actually produces one of our products, which is probably the third best seller in the entire store. She has these moringa infused juices and teas, which are just powerful. And we're also working with a licensed nutritionist that works with us in the store. You may know Elizabeth Madison. She's also local. So we have a local dietitian and a local nutritionist that's working with us in the store. They come in the store, they're doing presentations. We have about 7 different video cameras in the store, and about 4 of them are used to educate the population that comes in. Video monitors, I should say. So that's we're not only having the produce, but we're also having the information and the professionals, healthcare professionals that can support.
Thank you, Ernest. That's phenomenal. I'm
Mhm.
glad to hear that.
It really is. And we are just really blessed to be able to have this in our community, right? Because we don't we don't always get access to the best. And some of the items that are sold in some of our stores
Mhm.
seem to be secondhand.
Mhm.
It seems to be that it spoils,
Mhm.
really quickly. There's a laundry list of reasons why health issues and disparities exist, as
Mhm.
Danielle said. So, congratulations to you, Ernest. I can't wait to come in and pick up
Mhm.
my bag of goods,
Yes.
because it's just important to support our own. So we're going to continue going. We have more questions for you, Ernest, but we want to introduce our next guest is someone that I met uh, at a conference, actually, and she was selling these drinks. And I'm like, what is all of the buzz? Like, everyone kept stopping over there to check her out. And we had a chance to
Aw.
meet and connect. And I was hooked, I say, on these vegan treats. They were coquito. It's the holiday season. So, don't judge me. But it was the coquito, the ginger, you had sea moss, and a young woman. She had, I believe your mom was there one of the days helping. And I said, I have to tell my partner Danielle about you. When we do doing good in the hood, we have to talk. I said, do you ship? And little did I know that not only did she ship, she knows Ernest from the farmer's market. She worked with Diana and came multiple days. So I'm like, look at that. When we talk about degrees of separation. So I am thrilled to introduce her to all of you. And look, she ships. You might want to order. It's the holiday season, and these sweet creams are really, really good. So welcome to the show, Taiki.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you for having me. So happy to be here, especially amongst all of the people that I actually know too. It makes it even better.
So you get the same question. COVID has been very interesting for all of us, and I don't know when you started Sweet Tea Creams, but how did the pandemic impact you, and what were you able to do? And if you had to pivot, how did you do that, given not only the pandemic but now all of these various strains?
Absolutely. So almost just like Ernest, it was actually birthed through the pandemic. So what happened is I was a substitute teacher, and they told me, listen, you're per diem, we really can't help you. And I literally had to figure out, how can I feed my family? What am I going to do? And the significant part is that my son, who is on the top, he was born into veganism, because he has a hypersensitive immune system, which doesn't allow him to eat. He can't eat soy, he can't eat milk, he can't drink. He's allergic to the whole cow, wheat, nuts. So many different things he was not be able to eat. So what I did, one of the things I said, I was like, wow, he can't even have, I said, poor thing, he can't even have milk. You know, how do you not have ice cream? You're a little kid, And so what I did is I did my research and I found out how to make ice cream. And what I did is I started making it with coconut ice cream, and I gave it to him. He's like, I love it. Right? He was like, this is so yummy. And what I did is I gave it to my neighbors. You got to do everybody else first. I gave it to my neighbors, and it was like, this is really good. And so what I did is I came out first with ice cream. And then I realized the season. So people were like, okay, this is good for the during it's getting a little bit warmer. But now what is it that I need something else? And having a background, having a Caribbean background, I was like, what are the things that we usually drink? We drink carrot juice, we do beet juice, we do ginger, we do all these different things. But most of the times the recipe is with milk. I said, let me see if what I do if I put coconut inside of it. And so what I did is I started putting coconut inside of it, and then I would go and I'll meet different people and I'll let them try it, and things just started opening. So it went from one pop up to the next pop up to ended up being in Diane's farmers market, and people just started just loving it. And I decided, let me do things that were more seasonal. So if it was in summertime, it's ice cream. Now it's the holidays, which you were able to drink, which was coquito. And so instead of it being with eggs and being with milk, what I did is substituted with the coconut, and a lot of people was just like, this is it. I love this. you know and the best part of it was that people's stomachs, when I heard it, some people who have issues with milk and everything, they'll suffer just because they want to taste, they want to eat the ice cream or they want to taste the coquito. Like, they're like, forget it, I'll just suffer. But now they're able to drink my drinks and still be able to feel comfortable, and want more. And that's what I want. I want you to want more.
But wait, Tika, I gotta ask you this.
Of course.
It's the holiday season, so even though the ingredients are vegan, is there still the liquor part still in there?
Absolutely.
Oh yeah.
Look, look, Danielle,
I gotta ask you that part.
look, I
Oh
got the
yeah,
liquor and
Danielle.
I even got a bow. Look.
Oh, it definitely is there. Trust and believe. So
All
it's,
right.
it's
Look,
worth
all
a
right, all
shipment.
right.
Yeah, it's worth a shipment. And that is such a great story that
See?
so many of our businesses, as well as individuals that watch the show, they were trying to figure out what to do. And you had to feed your family. You had to figure out an answer,
Mhm,
right? And nothing is more of a driver than that immediate need. And
mhm,
you were able to find something not only to help your son, but
mhm,
then, as you said, you sampled around, and
mhm,
that's how most businesses start. Like, try this,
mhm,
and that becomes our, what I call our free market research, when we're able to talk to friends and
mhm,
family and have them try and test it out. And who knows, as you grow, your coquito, your sea moss could be featured in Earnest Foods. Oh, I just love it, and that's the perfect segue into one of the individuals that
mhm,
you've seen on the show before, talking about her great work. I mean, we were fortunate to be one of the first to taste when she had Jars of Delight. And, she started a sustainability platform, and she's been doing some incredible work. But her latest venture is what we're bringing her on for, because not only is she doing the farmer's market, she is creating an essential kitchen
mhm.
community space. And this needs a bomb drop and some applause.
Can you
This
hear
is
me?
absolutely incredible what she
Can
is
you?
doing, because there's so many people who have smaller operations,
Mhm.
don't have a commercial kitchen,
Mhm.
right? And she's on the road, and she'll be right back on with us. But they can't really produce in mass quantity because
Mhm.
they don't have access to a commercial kitchen. And to
Mhm.
be able to get yourself in a place where you can produce, you can package, you need a commercial kitchen space. And
Mhm.
that is the key to any entrepreneur. When there's
Mhm.
a problem, find a solution.
Right.
And when you find a solution, then you don't have to chase money, it's chasing you. And
Yes.
we're so excited for Diana Rose and the Essential Kitchen Community Space. It is moving into fruition, like it is coming together. There's so many opportunities that
Mhm.
will be birthed because she had the courage to step out there and to take sovereign markets and Jars of Delight and all the community economic work that she's doing, bringing it together so that we can have in our community a commercial kitchen space. She doesn't have to troop all the way to Brooklyn or to Manhattan
Mhm.
or to New Jersey because it didn't exist
Mhm.
in this community. So congratulations, Diana, and welcome back to the show. COVID, the C word that we all can't stand. But I think you too have a story of how did this come to fruition, and how did COVID impact the beginning of the Essential Kitchen community space?
Wait, wait, before you answer that, Diana, I just happened, I'm in my office and I thought you would like this. If you can see, look.
Oh.
Hey, look, I'm holding something in. So see, I just want you to.
That is wild. That jar is, you've had that jar for over 5 years. That is crazy.
Yes,
That is
yes,
wild.
almost, yeah. So I
Woo!
just wanted, I thought you would get a kick out of that. I'm like, wait a second, I got her jaw right there.
That is
On
wild.
my desk.
That is it. That is it right there. That is sustainability. Thank you so much, Dr. NC Grant. It has been, I love this show as much as I can watch. On Tuesdays at 9, I'm on commenting, sharing. I think it is such an important platform that you guys, that you ladies have created, and the value that you bring and the information, it's just powerful, and I love it. And I share it every single time I'm available and I'm on. So I don't take it lightly to be a guest again. It is truly, truly beautiful, and be a guest with all of my colleagues on the call. It's like, and I'm trying not to be emotional, right? Because I'm not, if you know me, I'm naturally an emotional person, but I think the past 6 months have been really hard on everybody. And, you do these projects and you get these visions, and it looks cool, right? And it looks fun and exciting. Yes, let's do this for our community. But when you know the backstories for a lot of the businesses, the families, the community, it's real, right? It's great. It's great to do this work, but it is heavy sometimes because we have been struggling as a community forever. So it's like, even though we're doing these things, in reality, we're just playing catch up, right? And there should not be a celebration for us only having first of these kinds. It is a celebration, and I don't want to take away from any of that, anything that we've done, but we're really playing catch up, and it's hard for us. And it's hard to do these projects. It's hard to have these spaces that's curated for us, by us, and supported by us, right? And I think the last 6 months, as I'm building out the space and fundraising and just understanding how really essential this is, the name Essential Kitchen wasn't just a cute moniker or something. It was really birthed out of 2020, and that word essential being like the number one word for 2020. And in that moment, we realized you know, how indispensable we are not really when you think about it. And it was just easy to call it an essential space, not only because it was a great project to do, and it's going to benefit the businesses, but it is essential to our sustainability as a community. And I think what it is forcing myself to do is take Diana out of it, because it's easy. I remember the first time I met you, Danielle, and I've known Dr. Stacy and T. Grant for a while, and Clyde Vanell. I've known him since I was in the first grade. And that day, you all were in the office, in the conference room, having a meeting. He was the first person that I would naturally call to say, hey, I have this idea. And he sat me down in that office that day, and I'll never forget. He told me, Diana, you don't have a ideation to launch
Good.
problem. He's like, you don't have that problem. He goes, if you think about something, you're going to do it. You don't have that issue. And so I'm known to just think crazy and just do it because I trust God. And I know if he gives me the vision, he'll give me the provision, right? I don't have that problem. But the problem is always the sustainability of it. It's, can we build it, right? And I think about even Earnest Foods and the excitement that builds around having the first Black organic supermarket in our community, right? And now the hard work begins. Now it's, can we get people to shop there every day, right? Can we have 100 community members support this really, 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 really important initiative, right? Can we have businesses do what they have to do so that way they can get into the kitchen, and so that they can be sustainable, and that way we can build sustainable families and then sustainable communities. So I think it's so exciting, right? The launch is happening, and but in the reality, we're just playing catch up, and it's hard. and we want to reach that pinnacle. We want to reach that place where we're all successful, but in the meantime the hard work is real. And just seeing the circular economy and the circular economic on this call, right? Having Earnest Foods launch at Sovereign Markets, having Ty come to Sovereign Markets, and I don't know if you saw our Sovereign Markets commercial, but she was the star in that commercial, right?
Mhm.
It is so important that we do this right and that we do this together, that we understand that it is so much bigger than just having these great products and these great projects and these great spaces. It is so real because we are always hit first and the hardest during any type of calamity. So I just think as we move forward into 2020, we're moving in intentionally with the idea that we have to sustain these projects. And because if we don't, then we're just doing cool stuff. So
Right.
I was trying not to get here, but I'm here.
But you
We
know
So
what?
appreciate it.
I'm gonna say, Diana, that is the sincerity of your heart.
Yes.
And just listening to you before you got on earlier when we were in the studio room waiting to go live, I committed to Ernest. That I was like, Ernest, I need to get to your store. I did it, but just hearing you, it just is renewed that intention of being intentional of
Mhm.
like making my way
Right.
over by Baisley Park to get to Ernest,
Mhm.
because I try to be that person that walk the talk.
Right.
I try to be that person. And so I appreciate what you just said and the sincerity what you said. But what came out of it also, which we talked about during the Black Business Owners Forum, is that we have to empower ourselves within the community
Yes.
to get these things done. And that is that is empowering ourselves like all of you have done to do something that it could impact you, could impact your families, and impact the community. But we all do have to collaborate together. So it's empowerment, it's collaboration. And in that is where we have what we said is wealth building, economic development. We, of course, we want the locally elected officials. Of course, we want the community based organizations. Of course, we want the anchor institutions to collaborate with us. But we have to empower ourselves to know it starts with us.
And I think that's so key what you just said, Danielle, about starting with us, because Diana could have waited, right, for an influx of capital, but she started a GoFundMe to get the ball rolling. But that doesn't mean that she's not going after additional sponsorships in the community from businesses, from corporations who see the value in where we are and know that this is a gold mine in Southeast Queens, and we have to value ourselves. And I didn't mean to cut you off, Danielle, but as you
Mhm.
said that, that's just really resonating with me. Like you're waiting for somebody to come save you. Nobody's gonna come save us. We gotta
No,
save ourselves.
nobody.
Yes.
yeah,
So
amen.
you have to start
Mhm.
doing the work, and you put one foot in front of the other. It builds traction. You get that first customer, you get that first buy-in. And I too feel Diana's heart, because it's not easy. It looks cute to say
Right.
that you're an entrepreneur and you're a small business,
Right.
and you go through becoming an MWBE and you do all these things and you're like, okay, the golden grill, everything is happening. Not so much, right? You have to keep pressing, you have to keep pushing, you have to keep
Yep.
putting yourselves in position. Danielle and I started this show because we know what the value in building relationships and collaboration is. We don't have to be the ones to know it all. We just have to know everybody who does.
Mhm.
We bring them
Mhm.
together so that we can share that with each other. So thank all three of you for sharing your heart with us. And we hope that our viewing audience, you support. We have some other questions Danielle is going to get into before we start winding down the show today. But this is a holiday edition. We want you to think about your small businesses. Think about before you go into the big box stores to spend all of your money. I'm not saying don't spend any of your money, because everybody has to make a dollar. They have to pay employees that are living in the community. But
Mhm.
before you spend everything in one spot, think about how you can just spend with our local vendors. It
Mhm.
could be the difference in their families for this holiday season. It could
Mhm.
be the difference in their business. So just think about how you can support a local business and let that money circulate in our community multiple times
Mhm.
before it goes out. Where Black and brown communities, all the stats, we spend the most.
We
But
do.
who are we spending it with? If we
Mhm.
spent it with each other, our businesses would be a little bit more sustainable.
Mhm.
And, it's the thought, get a healthy gift. It doesn't have to be diamonds and furs, even though, some of us do like it. But, you can get a healthier gift certificate to get a smoothie from Tide, or go into Earnest Foods and let that be where someone shops for their holiday dinner.
Mhm.
Make a donation towards the essential kitchen. Find out ways that you can collaborate with others. So there are multiple things you can do. That just touched my heart. Danielle, this is why I love our show, that we get to have these moments. But over to you, because I know we have some other questions for our guests.
Yes, and the to build upon what Stacy just said is that in this time you all talked about how you not so much, I know you the sovereign market for you, Diana, but you started before then and stuff, but nevertheless you all have started new initiatives during the pandemic. And so how have you been creative in connecting to customers, your getting these great initiatives that you're doing to get the word out there? I know Takeem, I'm sorry, you talked about, crowdsourcing, so to speak, like saying to your neighbors, hey, taste this. What do you think about this? And stuff. But we would love to hear more about how you got the word out there and you continue to get the word out there in spite of COVID.
Absolutely. So one thing that is, honestly, it could either be bad for you, it could be great for you, is our platform, like online. As far as the media goes, like I'm on Instagram all the time. I don't care if I'm inside of the supermarket. I don't care if I'm in Antigua. I'm always promoting myself. It's to the point where my friends know, listen, if you're with me, 9 times out of 10, you're going to be holding a bottle, taking a picture. You're going to be doing something representing my sweet tea creams. Like I went to Antigua and I literally made a commercial. I brought my drinks with me, had my friend on the beach. I said, wear a nice little bathing suit, put yourself on the beach, and I put my drink on her. So that's the way I do it. Like as far as being online, making sure that all my platforms, because it's not just Queens, it's not just Jersey. I want to hit Kentucky. I want to hit, Panama. I want to hit different places. So I make sure that I'm on that platform. And then also, I do like little things as far as like different pop-ups. I go to different pop-ups and I make sure that I'm talking to everyone. And then even my neighbors, like I was telling you before, those were my first customers. Like I have kids. You know how you have the group of children who's always like on the block. I give them the ice cream. Of course, I ask their parent, ask them, listen, do you have any allergies to anything? And I literally gave them all of and kids are the best because they're gonna ask their parents, Mom, can I have this? So that helps a lot. And so what I did is I would give my ice creams to the young kids who were outside playing football, basketball, and they will all have it in their hands. And I'll take a picture, post it on Instagram. Oh, what flavor was that you gave them? And mind you, at the same time, it's dairy free. So they taste it and they're like, oh, it's sweet, not realizing it's healthy as well because you're eating real strawberries. You're eating real organic strawberries. And at the same time, it's dairy free. So it's good. So mom is like, you know what? I don't mind buying it. It works for you. And then also what I do is because of the whole pandemic and just like Ernest was talking about, making sure that, we're being mindful about building up our immune system, I use that as my platform too. So I have an immunity boost drink, which helps people, build up their immune system. And so I tell, and then with the CMOS, I give them the CMOS paste, and I let them understand that this is also, it builds up your immune system. So people look at that, like I literally, I just answered a text. Somebody just asked me, I need like 3 of your immunity boost drinks, and then just yesterday, someone said I need some CMOS, and that's just the way I get to the community, by going online, by being on different internet websites, and then being out on the street and letting them know, and even let them know that I take it, because I take CMOS every day, with elderberry. And so they say, oh, well, if you've taken it, then okay, something must be good, And so, and even my reviews, I post every review. If you text me about my product, 9 times out of 10, I'm posting it. I ask you, of course, but people need to see, and that's how I do it.
Thank you. Thank you. And Ernest, how are you been getting? We know you were on a weekly basis at the farmers market, but we would love to hear more how you've been getting the word out there as well.
Yes, well, our first 4 weeks, we were just doing word of mouth and social media, because we just wanted to make sure that our employees were familiar with the processes, and we worked out. When you're starting a new business, you always have those kinks, the things that you have to work out. So we feel pretty confident that we're operating at peak efficiency now. So we just sent out our first mailers through the United States postal system, about 5,000 mailers, and we have another 5,000 that we're going to send out this week as well. So the mailers just hit this about a day or two ago, and people are responding.
Nice.
That's the terrestrial or brick and mortar approach. But we're also reaching out to various organizations, from senior centers to churches to civic associations to fraternities, sororities, and we've had such a tremendous response. So I'm very encouraged.
That's great. Well, I just want you to know I didn't get my postage yet in the mail. What's up?
I think that's because you live in another neck of the woods.
Okay, I'm in the.
But we're gonna get out there. We're gonna get out there.
You're not doing 114 yet?
Of course, we're getting
Well, I'm
there.
in the 114 zip code.
Okay.
And so am I. But it's coming, Danielle. It's
It's
just like
coming. All
Christmas
right.
is
I just
coming.
want
It's
you to know
coming.
you gotta make sure you get everybody.
Absolutely, absolutely. I just want to jump in on that too as well with the mailers, because sometimes people get it and they don't pay attention, and they throw it away. So we're hoping that everyone really looks at it. Just a quick question about your mailer. Do you have a coupon in your mailer?
We do not have a coupon in the mailer as of yet, but in our
Okay.
second iteration of mailers, we will.
Nice.
Awesome, awesome. And just
And we'll also have gift cards as well in the store.
excellent. Excellent. I love it. So here's a little free thought that you can think about some of the partners that have already come and experienced the supermarket, or that maybe they can do a little bit of sponsorship of the mailer, so it helps offset your costs, because
Nice.
we know mailing is not, inexpensive. But if you have a couple of people in the community giving $100 towards having some placement in your mailer, who knows? I'm just saying, Queen Strategy Partners might be willing to do a little something, so you never know. Use your network of resources so that it doesn't have to be such a heavy lift for your company. It's about collaboration. And we're always looking at ways that we can collaborate with other businesses so that we all win at the end of the day.
That's amazing. Thank you. And I'm going to tell everybody that was my idea.
Well, what do they say? What is it? Imitation is the best form of flattery.
That's
There
right.
we go.
Right?
Yes, indeed.
There we go.
Oh my goodness, I love that, and I know that Diana is literally on the road doing multiple things, so she'll be rejoining us shortly. But and we'll Danielle put a plug in getting her answer to that question. But the time is flying, and we want to get some more questions in. This is really a lot of fun for us, but we want to get into how the community can support you. Right? We started talking about that. Besides coming in or purchasing, what other creative ways can the community really support what you're doing? And we'll start with you, Ernest.
Well, there's a number of ways. One is that we have right above our register, we have about three giant monitors. And if you have your own small business or enterprise, you can actually buy advertising space on our monitors that are over the cash registers.
Wow.
And not only do we have those giant monitors there, but we also have advertisements on our shopping carts, on the handles, and on the front that you can advertise on as well. And I
Really?
just came up with another idea of also adding that to our mailers too. I just came up with that today. So that's a third way that you can also help support us.
It is.
And
Heard it. I love it. I love it. Well, tell us the rates.
yes, the rates, if they want to find out the rates, they could contact us because we can definitely work with whoever, because we want everybody to be a part of it. So some companies are smaller or more stronger financially than others. So we're here to be adaptive, and we'll evolve with you. So all they have to do is contact us at info@earnestfoods.com, and Earnest has an A in it, so it's EARNEST. So info@earnestfoods.com, or they can just call us at 718-928-5511 and ask for Ernest or any of our managers. We have some great managers. One we took from Walmart, one we took from Trader Joe's. We have
Nice.
someone we took from Ideal. I mean, we have some great experienced staff here, and they live in the community. And they believe in what we're doing, and so they'll support whoever calls us as well.
Awesome.
I love it. I love it. And that is just it's just phenomenal to know someone. It's one thing when you see something happen for a business, you're like, "Oh, that's great. That's a new business." But when it's somebody that you've worked with in community, that you know their heart, and then you can see it come together, it's like, wow, you feel like it's happening to you, right?
Mhm.
When you see one of your own
Absolutely.
achieving such great things. So thank you for telling us about the advertising opportunities, and what a very just brilliant third idea that you came up with today. So same question for you, Ty. How can the community support you outside of clearly making an order, and tell them how they can make an order, because girl, I think I need some more coquito.
Absolutely. So you can reach me at Sweet Tea Creams LLC. This is my Instagram. So you can reach me right here. Or
Okay.
you can DM me, and you could take an order, and also you could DM me so I could give you my phone number, and also you need to go to supermarkets like Ernest Supermarket and say, hey, we need sweet tea creams drinks in here.
I
That's
think you got it.
another way, to support me as well. How does that sound, Ernest?
That sounds wonderful.
Right. So those are different ways that you can reach out to me, and make sure that, and like I said, I deliver, and I can even meet people if they want to, because it's nothing for me to meet them at 34th Street or anything like that. So,
Well, I think you need to meet at Earnest Foods for
oh,
my own
absolutely,
selfish reasons. I would
absolutely,
like some bottles of coquito. So
absolutely,
I
got it.
think after this show is over, the two of you need to coordinate a pop up with Ty at Earnest Foods. I think he'll be open to that. He seems to come up with really great ideas
Yeah,
on
he
the
does.
spot. So I think it would be great for that to happen. And we
Absolutely,
post it, we share it, and we can go pick up, and Danielle can come, and if she doesn't make it, I'll pick it up for her so that
absolutely.
she can try the coquito and the sea moss, because that's something that she takes as well. That's why I love this conversation, because it came out of need. Right from the
Yes.
ground up is real time issues and real time solutions. You all have exhibited exactly what we've been talking about, especially in this season of
Hmm.
2021. How
Hmm.
do you put yourself in position to continue to answer the problems that we see? So I'm
Hmm.
looking forward to hearing about that. We know that Diana has the fundraising going on for the Essential Kitchen. There is a preparation being made for some of like a soft opening, grand opening, and opportunities for those in community who hear about this and you want to invest dollars, as well as spreading the word that we look forward to hearing. But we have another question that we want to throw into the pot as we start winding down. So I'm gonna turn it back over to the beautiful Danielle Douglas.
But Takeem, I wanted to also ask. I thought I heard earlier that you ship as well.
Yes.
Okay, all right. So
I do.
that's good to know. All right, and I'm old fashioned, so I know we have your email. If I emailed you, you'll send me your number.
Absolutely.
The good old fashioned way. All right. Okay,
Absolutely.
that's good to know. So the other thing, because we want to, we want folks to like hear about the great products that you're offering. We want to know, do you have any special offers going on for the holiday season? So Takeem, we'll start with you.
So this is my special deal. My special deal is if you buy 5 bottles, I give you $5 off.
Okay.
So,
and how much are the 5 bottles?
So my bottles are $8. So this right here is my soursop. Right? This is my soursop. Can you see it?
So is that like 16 ounces?
Yes.
Okay.
So if you buy 5 bottles of these, or if you buy my coquito, this is, like I said, this is $8. This right here is my coquito. This is $10. This is strawberry flavor. And then I also have plain. So if you buy 5 bottles of either or, what I'll do is I'll take $5 off.
5 bottles for $5. Okay, I'm remembering that so I can get my order together.
Hey, that's like five by five. I'll just
5 by 5, right?
5 by 5.
Yes.
I'm making my notes. I'm making my notes.
Yeah, because I'm like my my taste buds are salivating over here. I'm like, okay, I gotta try this.
Awesome.
And the other thing I wanted to ask you as well for the holiday season, maybe this is a little idea talking about brilliance, is do you do like holiday parties where you have people make drinks, but they're vegan drinks, but they're still drinks nevertheless, and you have like
So like what? Like have a little like what to teach them how to make it?
Yeah, like you do a virtual holiday thing, and it's like I'm thinking about with my friends, and we have maybe a little holiday make drinks, and hang out, and you
like
walk
that.
us through how to make these, these healthy drinks with a little bit of liquor in it. A lot of bit of liquor, but I'm trying to be nice, but I'm trying to be good.
I like that. I'm writing it in my notes. Or should I take the idea, Ernest? Which one? What should we do?
I'll tell you my idea.
Yeah, I like that. Absolutely.
Okay. Because I actually was thinking about doing something like that for my birthday, but then I was in the midst of planning this big event, and I was just like, I can't, my brain. But I would love to talk to you about that maybe for the holidays.
Absolutely. What we can do is we can make something like because I like to use real fruits and real vegetables. We can make something like we could do depending on if your people can eat it, because some people don't eat certain things. You can always ask them their diet, their dietary, if what it is. But we can make watermelon Jello. And what we could do is we could cut out the actual watermelon, and I could just show you how you could turn it into an awesome, lovely, healthy drink.
All right.
Watermelon Jello. Hold on now. This is an adult show. Do not try this at home if you're under 16.
Yes.
I love it.
You got my brain going. I love it. Yes.
I think that'd be fun. Go ahead, Danielle. I like that
one. I love it.
And you could do that for birthday parties too. See, that's year round.
Absolutely.
So even though it's holiday season, because like I said, I was originally going to do it for my birthday.
Right.
So.
No, I love that. Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome. So Ernest, over to you. What you got going on for the holidays?
We have a lot going on for the holidays. We have some vendors that are making some special holiday sorrel, which is a local Caribbean delicacy during the holidays. So that's a local vendor as well. And then we have a bunch of coupons and specials when you come in that you can take advantage of. And if anyone comes in between now and the 31st, so the next 10 days, and they mention from the ground up, they'll get a 5% discount on all the groceries they buy.
All right.
Like
Oh,
that.
I know.
So you have until December 31st.
December 31st. We're gonna throw that out and do a special ad on our social media to let everybody know that they get $5 off sweet tea creams. They get 5% off for groceries at Earnest Foods. And Diana is sending her love and gratitude for being here as well. Her information will be on her Instagram handle about the opening. So she's not necessarily offering right now, and I don't even know she's doing. She has her jars in Earnest Foods. So
Yes.
you can go and buy and purchase her jars in Earnest Foods. But for her, we just need to support and get the word out
Yes.
to raise the funds for Essential Kitchen. So that is what she's asking. But
And I just
now
want to
I'm
say
hungry.
one quick plug on the Essential Kitchen. One of the powerful things about it is that since it's going to be certified by the New York State Department of Agriculture,
Nice.
now all these local entrepreneurs, bakers, caterers, what have you, can make products in that kitchen, in that space, and sell it legally to any supermarket, including our own. So we're excited about it because those individuals will be selling in our store, and of course, they can do it to any big box store as well.
That is just incredible. I mean, every time we talk about it, I get so excited because I know where the ideas started from, and it's been a journey. And I am just, you know, full transparency. Diana is a dear friend, and I'm jumping through my skin. Like this is just so wonderful because not only will Southeast Queens benefit, how many other places will be
Yes.
inspired to create their own essential kitchen?
Yes.
Right, and
Yes.
really have better food in our communities so we can take care of ourselves, eat healthier, and do what's right, from someone recuperating from I don't know what form of germs that attacked me and
Right.
tried to bring me down. We need Earnest Foods, we need Essential Kitchen, we need sweet tea creams so that we can stay healthy. Oh my goodness,
And
this has been so much
I
fun.
want to jump in and just say also that, the seed, the potentiality of any seed is that it can grow into
Yeah.
like this beautiful big tree that, blesses a multitude of folks. Because I think, what we're talking about goes above and beyond the community. The
Yeah.
community is essential and the sustainability of the community is essential. But when you talk about, let's say, the kitchen, again, we talk about collaboration and opportunity. It's a positioning of small businesses in the community to hopefully be able to take advantage of things like being a concessionaire for with the JFK redevelopment project, right? That they can potentially be placed in the airport and things like that. It goes above and beyond, so it impacts the community, but it gives small business owners the opportunity to have exposure
Yes.
because they can have exposure to customers above and beyond the borders of Southeast Queens. But
Yes.
again, one seed can have a multiple impact and have this like duplication of blessings all over. So I just want to say that. But that's about thinking. I'm sure Diana is thinking this way, and I give her credit. It's about not just thinking about just one thing, but thinking about the potentiality of what you're doing can have, and that's where impact happens,
Right.
right?
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely. And Danielle, how awesome would it be in the newly redeveloped JFK that we walk in and see Earnest Foods as we're going to our flight, that, Sweet Tea
Yes.
Creams is inside Earnest Foods.
Yes.
So the concession process, which is a lot, we're not going to pretend like it is an easy process, but it's a doable process.
Right.
but
And
guess what?
there are
Stacey,
opportunities.
I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off, but I'm jumping into conversation. We having a conversation here. Takeem could have, look, we're talking about duplication. Ernest could have his spot and Takeem could have her spot.
Well,
You know what I'm saying? She don't got to be in Ernest. She can have her own spot.
She
Restaurant, you
could.
know how many times then people are waiting for their plane. They got to sit there for 2 hours and they need a drink. Come on now. You
And it
need a
could
drink
be
just to get through
could be a
the
bar.
gate after they done patted you down and checked you, and then you got to sit there for 2 hours.
mhm.
Come on.
Yes.
So
I totally agree. I was just saying while she's building it up, she can do the stepping stone from the Earnest Food or the Essential Kitchen combination. But Danielle is right, right? There's no limit to what can
Mhm.
be done. We just have to have the courage to dream big. And you talked about a seed. I know that a seed as small as a mustard seed, right? Having the faith
Come
to
on.
be able to push through and create what you've been given. That's what we hold on and see grow. So this is just absolutely a wonderful way for from the ground up to close out our last show of the year, Doing Good in the Hood Holiday Edition, featuring Essential Kitchen, Earnest Foods, Sweet Tea Creams. The two of you, if you have any final words before Danielle closes us out, we want to say happy, safe, blessed holiday season to everyone. We know that Diwali happened a while ago and Hanukkah is over. We're now in Christmas, then Kwanzaa, then
Ooh.
New Year's. So whatever you celebrate, even if it's your pinky toe is doing good, we just want you to be safe while you're doing it. Wear your mask. Govern yourself accordingly with all of the health advisories.
Mhm.
And just remember the reason for the season is love.
That's right.
And for
amen.
those of faith, understanding that love that came into this world that we want to share. So thank you, my friend Ernest. I'll be in as soon as I know I'm really cleared and germ free. I'll be visiting Ernest Foods for my holiday treats. And Ty, girl, I'll be making an order because this is feeling better, honey. I need some coquito in my life. So,
Absolutely.
Ernest, we'll let the ladies go first with final words over to you, and then Danielle's going to close us out.
Awesome. I just want to say thank you so much for allowing me to talk about my product. Thank you so much. This has been amazing. And for everyone out there, believe in yourself. Nothing can stop you. If you trust God, God doesn't put anything in your heart that's not real and that He cannot push you through and not give you the supplies that you need because He said He will supply all of your needs. So thank you again. And I'm so grateful.
Thank
Again, I
you.
want to thank you for allowing me on from the ground up. Dr. Stacy, you've been helping to build our community for so long. Just honored to be able to be in the same circle with you. And Danielle, I've witnessed you firsthand for many, many years
Wow.
supporting the community and building it economically. So I'm just overjoyed to be here with Miss Davis as well and Diana as we continue to grow. And I wish everyone a very prosperous holiday season.
Same to you.
And we wish the same for you
Mm.
as well, and you, Takeem.
Thank you.
And for all those who are listening, we just wanted to, again, as Stacy said, we thought this was really important to end the year 2021 as it's doing good in the hood.
Yeah.
It's very important to us because we do want to give back. And
Mhm.
when Stacy talks about like coming from a place of love, we do this. This is truly a labor of love
Yes.
for Miss Dr. Stacy and C. Grant and me, Miss Danielle Douglas. This is truly a labor of love, you know. And when we think about topics, when we think about things, we truly try to come from a place of what we think you truly need. And
Yeah.
hopefully that is conveyed. And we hope that in 2022 that you continue to take this journey with us because we do think what we do here every 2 weeks is a partnership and a collaboration with each and every one of you. We're committed to showing up.
Right.
We just hope that you are committed as well. We hope that we continue in your heart and in your mind. You believe that we provide value to you, that you get something out of this, and that your time is well worth spent. The other thing I want to say is before we end today is that I think there was some key messages that came out of today, and that is that we truly do need to empower ourselves as
Yeah.
a community. We
Yes.
have the brilliance, we
Mm.
have the resources, and we just have to stick together,
Yes.
support one another, collaborate with one another, so that we can not only have sustainable businesses and
Yes.
sustainable communities, but we have thriving communities. And we talk about wealth generation, we throw that out there, yeah, wealth
Mhm.
generation. But what does that really mean? And
Right.
how do we begin to practice that?
Mhm.
So we see the manifestation of that. And
Mhm.
so what we do here is that we have that in mind as well. So we wish you nothing but prosperity, a multitude of blessings, abundance in 2022. And we look forward to seeing you in the new year. But until then, stay safe and be well. Thank you.
Me too.
Bye bye, everyone.
Bye.